This is your host Joe, Life with Yosef, and on the last on summer 24 extravaganza 19, I talked about the Visa card issue with my credit union. Now I'm going to this will be the opening for the specific clip about the Visa card. So you're going to watch the 6 minutes and 20 seconds of the other day, and then I have a little update. Okay, now we're going to catch you up to speed on some of the nonsense I had to tolerate today. Yesterday when I got here, I use one card. I have more than one Visa card from different credit unions. And this is why. Now I'm going to tell you, a couple of weeks ago, the Patelco, Pacific Bell employee credit union, got hacked so bad that for 2 or 3 or 4 days, they were fully and completely closed, and your ATM didn't work, your Visa didn't work, nothing worked, because they had been hacked so bad. So if you guys have your primary money in one card or one a financial institution, you're going to get taught a lesson right here that you need to probably pay attention to. I used my primary Visa card from the credit union when I joined the Mercury News Employee Credit Union. It was since bought out, yada, yada, okay. I get here yesterday and my Visa's denied. Well, the credit union's closed by now, so I can't call them, okay? Well, I have a backup. I go to the truck, I get the card that I use for gas and restaurants and stuff. I keep them separate just for this situation. If I get one hacked, I've got a backup. In fact, I've got 2 backups. So anyway, I get my stay paid for. I called this morning, and the long story now, you all who know me know that I've been told more than once that I should have been the district attorney, that I could be that big of an asshole. Now, the ADHD, the bad part of it is I miss almost every social clue and I'm oblivious. But the good part of it is, well, if you can call it good, is I laser focus in on things that maybe nobody thinks to ask. My wife looked at me more than once and said, "How do you even think of that question?" Now, it's a legitimate question, but okay, so I called the credit union this morning and I explained, my card's been blocked, and I checked my balance. I've got plenty of room. I took a $695 charge yesterday. I'd like an explanation. Well, the long story short is an unnamed anonymous merchant, and they won't tell me who it is yet, reported that my card had been compromised. They wouldn't tell me how. They wouldn't tell me who reported it. They wouldn't provide me any evidence. Now, I'm starting to get really, really indignant here. Now, I don't tell them this, that I have backup cards and I can make it work. What I tell them is, I'm over 400 miles away from home. I'm traveling for at least another 3 weeks. What do you expect me to do? Well, they said, well, we mailed you a new card and notified you by letter. And I said, well, one, I took a charge yesterday, so when did the letter get mailed? And I'm not going to be home for another month. What do you think that does? What good does that do me? I asked him, how come you couldn't call me? Well, we'll get back to you. So, okay, well, we play phone tag, and I still haven't spoken to anybody. So what I want to know is, one, I want the name of the merchant. 2, I want to know what the exact evidence is. I have that right. And I told him, I don't care what you say. If you're going to deny me my use of my card, I want to know who and why and how. And then I said, how do you expect me to get home? I've got about $100 in cash on me. How am I going to get home? Well, we mailed you a card to your home address. Well, I'm in rural Oregon. So what I told him is, I want the card that I have in my hand reactivated today, and that didn't happen. I said, and tomorrow, by end of business, I want a phone call from somebody very high up in management at the credit union to explain to me how an anonymous merchant could cause me this much disruption. And I want to, so we'll see about tomorrow. So what occurred to me is, let's say you go into a restaurant and there's an issue, and maybe you have words, you didn't good service or the food was bad, or maybe you're an asshole and you deserve what's coming to you, but you don't deserve this. So if a merchant could report your card as compromised anonymously and not have to provide any evidence to why they make this statement, imagine how much chaos could be caused by merchants who decide, hey, I'm going to get back at this person and I'm going to report their card compromised, and I'm anonymous and they'll never know it's me. Now, this, maybe none of you have ever thought about this, but by God, I did today, and I'm really not happy, and I want answers. I don't think I'm going to get them. And bluntly, am I stranded? Of course not. I've got 2 backup cards. I'll be fine. But that's not the point. The point is, every one of my recurring bills that goes on the Visa goes on this Visa. So I'm going to have a handful. I told her, I said, what do? My power's going to get shut off. I've got a fridge full of food that's going to rot. What do you plan to do about this? No answer. So that's the first start of my pleasantries of the day. After some phone tag, I got an email from Jennifer at my credit union, and they said that they reactivated my card. Okay, I haven't tried it yet, but we'll see. So I got a call actually on the way home here from Crater Lake, and though the call got dropped because rural Oregon, there's not a lot of phone service. They activated my card, and they'll do it until the new card comes. I'm having the new card sent to my cousin Paul in Minden, and he'll have the ability to sign for it. I'll get all that addressed when I get there on Sunday, hopefully on Sunday. I didn't get the answers that I'm looking for, but I did get Jennifer to admit that they handled this badly. They should have called me. They didn't call me. And she did ask, did you let us know that you were traveling? Well, no, but that's my mistake. When I went to Europe in 2016 with my travel Hanai, I called my credit unions. I had 2 at the time, and I told them both. I gave them the itinerary, and I didn't have a problem in Europe with my cards. And when I was traveling with the plaintiff prior to us being married, when her and I and the turncoat drove out to Kansas to see my brother Charlie and Sissy, I was in somewhere, I want to say Dodge City, and I had just a mountain of groceries and stuff at Walmart, and my card got denied. My Citibank card got denied. I had to go to customer service, and they asked me to call Citibank, which I did, and I got the escalated customer service, and I had to jump through a few hoops to I had to go over, okay, here are the I didn't even have them ask me. I just told them, here's where I started, here's where I am, here's where we've been, you should see all the charges. And I had bought the plaintiff an engagement ring from Blue Nile, an internet jeweler, and that, I think, was the trigger, as well as the travel that I didn't tell them. So I forgot about this, and I won't make that mistake again. I'm going to tell my primary card and my secondary card, hey, I'm going to be traveling, and you need to know this. So certainly on the October trip, which could very easily be October, November, December, I'm going to do this. So this is another hint that I couldn't get a straight answer from the credit union, and I don't think I'm going to, but I'm extrapolating that they may change their standard operating procedure to at least call a member when there's a question with the card like this. And that may be as good as it's going to get for me. And I'm a little bit calmer today. And, I wasn't stranded. But anyway, I think it's all a bunch of bullshit that they didn't call me. And I think they realize how irritated I am. But more, how it could leave a member in the lurch. I think that's my bigger pressing point. Not me personally, but, you're doing a disservice to your members when you cancel their card. And she brought up the letter. I said, yeah, you sent me a letter to my house in Denair. I'm in rural Oregon. I'm 450 miles away. What good does that do me? So they admitted that they dropped the ball on this. And sometimes, you're not going to get the 100% victory you're hoping for, but you got to know when you get a victory. And one of my Hanai John the Baptist, told me this a long time ago. He said, you got to know when you got your win. Maybe I don't always know that, but I think I know it here. So this is your host, Joe, Life with Joseph, a bit of a banking story. Enjoy your day. Peace be with you, and we'll see you for the next one.